Hello, hello, my Diamond Heads. Welcome back to In the Zone podcast. I'm your host, Diamond Zone, and I'll explain my absence. I'll explain my absence this past week. Today, I'm going to explain what happened during my competition and explain everything about my absence all today. So, sit back, relax, and feel free to watch my podcast for today. I finally updated everything, so beforehand. So all that's good. Before we get into it, I'm just gonna let everyone chime in, and yeah, I'll let everyone jump in. I'll let everyone get settled in before we get into today's podcast. Like I said, I got everything settled in. All right. I hope everyone is settled in. Um. All right. I hope everyone's settled in. Now I'm going to explain what happened. So, 2 weeks ago, one was my birthday. So happy birthday to me. Well, happy belated birthday to me. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll explain what happened. So during my birthday, I was in a taekwondo competition. I was doing forms. I was doing sparring. Of course, I got first place in forms, so it was all for me. But when it came to sparring, that's a little bit different. So first we had so hold on, let me see if I can log into. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can log into my Instagram so I can show y'all. So I can show everyone who don't follow me on Instagram. And all right, on display capture, shrinky. There we go. All right, so if you haven't looked at my Instagram lately, if you haven't looked at my Instagram, it shows what I'm doing in these two posts right here. So with this one, this is me doing my forms. This is me winning the trophy for said forms. This is a facility. I took the picture of the facility. All that was in Arizona. And this is me in my first best 2 out of 3. This is my first round of 2 out of 3. No, my first. I can't speak. I need to think. My first 2 out of 3 sparring match. This is not where I got a concussion from, but nonetheless, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. But this is not where I got the concussion from. However, is where I got my concussion from. So he's also a good. He's also a good fighter. As you can see, he's a red and black stripes. He has red and black stripes. If you pay attention close enough. Um, but yeah, long story short, this match lasted for 1 minute. Yeah, this match lasts for 1 minute. You can look at the whole thing on my um on my Instagram right there. That spinning hook kick caught me. He got me with that spinning hook kick. But yeah, nonetheless, he's a good fighter. Nonetheless, he's a good fighter. And I got second place with that. I got second place. Like it. Well, me personally, I didn't see that spinning hook kick come in, but nonetheless, it did leave me dazed. So yeah, after the 3 seconds, I got up. I was like, "Let's go, let's go!" And I started feeling the effect. I was like, "Whoa, all right. I need to sit down." So when I got my trophy, I sat down right here on the second place, right on the second place stand right here. And then after that, I went home. Of course, my brother and my mom and my brother took pictures. But yeah, I got a concussion. I had a concussion. I was out for. There we go. So yeah, I was out all last week because of that concussion. So that's my second concussion overall. That's my second concussion overall. If anything, I wanted to keep on going. I wanted to keep on going. Because at the moment, because after the 3 seconds, I was out. I was like, okay, I'm back. I'm back. Let me get back in it. They said, no, no, you can't go. You can't go back in. You have a concussion. The fight's over. You're done. You're done. I was like, oh man. If anything, whenever so before I continue, this is the scar that I have from that concussion, because they did hit me, because he did kick me on the chin. So yeah, if my instructor is watching, that's why I've been out. Um, but overall, the competition was really fun for me to be in. And obviously, I have my medal, my second. Yeah, my. Where did I get that medal from? Actually, I don't remember where I got that medal from. Anyways, um, anyways, my trophies are up there on my trophy wall. If let me see, I'm trying to there. So my trophy wall. So my trophies are right there. My two new trophies. Again, yay! I love when things fall. Anyways, anyways, so I think it's from left to right. My one in the far left is my first place, and then the one right next to it is my second place. Well, say I shouldn't say I wouldn't put quotes, but yeah, second place. My first match, I won. I won. I don't remember the score, to be honest. It's on my Instagram, so if anything, if I want to look back at it, I will look back at it. But nonetheless, I got second place. I got second place. I got a concussion. I got first place. I got a concussion. Got second place. So that was my birthday. So yeah, that was my birthday competition, and I got three prizes: a first place trophy, a second place trophy, and a minor concussion. So that's why I've been out for all last week, because I had a concussion. Yes, I know I keep on saying that. Uh, yes, I know I keep on saying that. If anything, I feel a lot better. If anything, yeah, I feel a lot better now than last week. For one reason, my right jaw hurt. I had that concussion. My right jaw also hurt as well. And when I got back, obviously when I got back, I went to my local, to my I wouldn't say local doctor, but to my primary care doctor. They gave me an evaluation. They said, yeah, you look fine, but if anything happens within a week, if you feel any other side effects, within a week, well, which is today, so I should go back. I should go back. Well, I should go to the ER. I should go to the ER between last week and today if I felt any like heavy side effects from the from the concussion. And I haven't went back. I haven't went to the ER because I didn't feel any side effects. I just took it easy all last week. I just took it easy, and now I'm going to go back to Taekwondo today, and because I'm recovered. So again, I have the scar right here to sort of prove it. And like I said, it's on my Instagram. But yeah, if anything, I didn't see that kid coming. For me, I didn't see that kid coming. Of course, I obviously I didn't have my hands up, so of course I didn't have my hands up. So it could have been prevented if I had my hands up. But I didn't see that spinning kick coming in either. So regardless, it's all on me. And nonetheless, all the fighters are really compassionate. Are really good sportsmen. They're good sportsmen. So yeah, and as you saw, he was also concerned. My opponent was also concerned about that kick that I've eaten. Obviously, I folded back. I was like, ooh, but yeah, I'm fine overall. For me, I am fine overall. Yeah, I have yeah. Again, my second concussion. Um, if you're wondering, my first concussion, it was from my skiing accident back in 2018. I went down the wrong slope. I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but if I have, sorry for repeating this story. But long story short, first time skiing. That was my first time skiing back in 2018. I was going on the bunny slope. I went on the slope higher with some of my friends, and I lose control, and I was panicking, and then I hit a tree. That's my first concussion. So overall, I'm doing fine, and that just catch I just caught you. I caught you up now on what happened. I've caught all of you all up on what happened between my competition and last week. Now on other news, now on other news, I'm going to go back to college. I'm going to go back to college. Um, if any, I'm not going to go back to my university. I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to go back to my original university. I'm going to go to Southwest University. If you know where I'm at, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go here to Southwest University to do my phlebotomy license. To do phlebotomy to get my license. So wish me luck on that. So wish me luck. Uh, but yeah, if anything, the course is supposed to be for 1 year. Uh, if I knew it was going to be for 1 year, I should have started on last January. But hey, it happens. It happens. So yeah, I'm officially going to go back to college. So what does that mean for? So what does that mean for my podcast? Well, it just means that I'm still going to be having it once a week, but I gotta rearrange the times now. I just gotta rearrange the times. If anything, it's I going back on January of 2024. So yeah, I'm going to go back on January of 2024. So I have a month and a couple days. I have a month and a couple days. Um, so currently it is going to be my times are going to be how it is currently. It's going to be um, once a week. It's still going to be once a week. Times are still going to be around this time, around 1 or 2 o'clock. Around that time, 1 or 2 o'clock. Uh, but the time is, but when I start, I'm not going to be on. I'm not going to be doing my podcast for a week because I gotta get used to the bus schedule. I gotta get used to my own schedule with my courses and homework and all that stuff. So yeah, So yeah, I'm gonna go back to college. Um, yeah. So so far everything is going smoothly. I'm just preparing for college now. Um, I'm just preparing for college. I am uh yeah, I'm preparing for that. I'm trying to figure out the schedule. I'm trying to figure out my schedule. Well, that'll come in sometime in January. My schedule will come in January, so I'll figure that out. And after that year, when I pass and graduate, there's and my podcast is probably going to be changing again. So this is all in the near future. This is all in the near future. If anything, I'll update. I'll obviously update everyone um, on what's going to happen, and obviously follow my Instagram if you want to keep up with excuse me, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing outside of my home um out- and outside of my podcast. So and also my Instagram is also like my podcast updates. So if you're curious about when my next podcast is going to be, or if it's going to be canceled or not, it will all be on my Instagram. It will all be on my Instagram. So yeah, that is all my updates. um I haven't received. Why did I say received? I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. But yeah, everything is going so far smoothly. I hope that stays smooth. I just hope that I can pass math and science, because those are the two of my weakest subjects. Well, math is science is my weakest subject so far that I know of. But yeah, I have set everything up. I have set everything up. I'm just waiting for that time to come. Then, regardless, I will be having my podcast up, and I'll be updating on my Instagram and on here as well. So, yeah, that is everything. That is everything. If you have any questions, leave questions on the stream chat. If not, actually, I'm going to get a wait for actually if there's no. If you have any questions, I'm sorry for rambling on. If you have any questions right now, ask away. This is a short episode, my short podcast episode. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Leave all questions in the comments. Um, yeah, I'm just going to wait a minute or so if there's no for any questions. So I know, like I said, I know that this is a short podcast. If anything, all my solo podcasts are going to be really short, only because there's only so much I can talk about, and I don't have any. I don't have any guest speakers with me. I don't have any guest speakers that I know of or I can message. All my friends are doing their own business. Um, Everyone that I know is doing their own business. So, yeah, I don't have any guest speakers. Uh, Sadly, I don't. So, yeah. So, so yeah. If you have any questions, if you have any questions right now, leave them in the stream chat. I highly doubt that there are any questions though. But nonetheless, ask away. Ask away. You I'm going to give it 1 minute and go. Ask away. Meantime, I'm going to check my phone real quick just to see some things. All right. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention this. I forgot to mention this. Whenever I talk about autism, anxiety, whenever I talk about those things, it's based on my experience. I know I said this a lot, but just in case, if anyone is gonna be like stereotypical. When I talk about my autism, it's based on my experience. Um, it isn't like if you relate, if you're autistic and relate to what I'm saying, then hey, we have something in common. Um, if anything, my podcast, like I said, is talks about autism, like my experience with autism and ADHD. Not only that, pop culture stuff and fun stuff as well. I don't do my podcast doesn't talk about politics or anything like that because one, I'm not going to get at this point it's not going to get anywhere when I talk about stuff like that. Nothing's gonna happen. So I'd rather not talk about it. And also, it's gonna be detrimental to my mental health as well, which is something that I advocate for is mental health. So yeah, I don't talk about those stuff on my podcast. So don't ask me anything about stuff like that. You can ask me. You can ask me stuff. You can ask me about like my experience with autism, ADHD, pop culture stuff. Yeah, you can ask me stuff about those. But overall, when I talk about autism and ADHD, it's mostly with my experience, and of course, when I talk about mental health as well, it's also my experience. But I'm also going to be using display capture to so y'all can look at YouTube videos with me. I'm going to be reacting to them. I'm also going to be tagging YouTuber's name, the YouTuber on my own YouTube channel because it is their video to begin with. So yeah, overall, my autism and my ADHD is based on my experience, and if you relate to this experience, then hey, we have something in common. But well, since there's no more questions, have a good rest of your day. Make sure you drink some water. Stay bundled up because it is going to be cold depending on where you are. So it's going to be cold, and I'll see y'all next week. Have a good rest of your day, y'all.